Welcome to English classes. Today I am going to teach you English of class 7, section 3, retired. It is a last poem of that unit 3. You take your test. Retired. Retired. It was written by Christian Smith. Christian Smith was a Scottish poet and a novelist, and he was born on 1st January 1928 and he was died in 1977. Here described retired. Retired means to leave your job after working. He was retired. Here in this poem he recollects his memories through this poem. Let's start the poem. He was tired after his voyages, the shuttles from planet to planet, from stars to star. Here he described his recollection of his memories after the work. Here voyages means long journey through the space. Then after this time he was working in the space. He moved from these voyages or spacecraft from planet to planet or from star to star. He moved from spacecraft from planet to planet and from star to star. Shuttles here means spacecraft. That's the voyages in a spacecraft. And in the late evening, he could sway in his rocking chair and watch the moon through the trees. It was happening in the evening, late evening. It is happening in the evening. And he moves slowly and he sits in his rocking chair. Then after he sits in his rocking chair and watches the moon through the trees. അതായത് റോക്കിംഗ് ചെയറിൽ ഇരുന്നുകൊണ്ട് മൂണിനെ നിരീക്ഷിക്കുക. ഇതിലൂടെ മരങ്ങൾക്കിടയിലൂടെ കാണുന്ന മൂണിനെ നിരീക്ഷിക്കുകയാണ് കവിയുടെ. I was there once, he thought. I stood on that globe. Now it's like a football shining in space. I was there once, he thought. He thought at this time he was sitting in the rocking chair. He thought that I was there once. He was once there in the space. And he compared the moon on a globe or a football. He compared the moon like a globe or a football that is shining in the space. He compared the moon like a football that is shining in the space. The moon എന്തിനായിട്ട് ഉപമിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു? ഒരു ഫുട്ബോളായിട്ട് ഉപമിക്കുന്നു. അതേയാണ് സ്പേസിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഷൈൻ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. And he could hardly believe it that his helmet and his bulky spacesuit he had stared that far dust. Then he believed his helmet here protective to head used by astronauts. At the time he was working as astronaut, he used the helmet. And his bulky bulky here means large and heavy helmet or large and heavy spacesuit he was wearing at that time. And he had stared here means moved slightly. Here means from dust. Moon dust has been disturbed when a person walked on it. Moon dust had been disturbed when a person walked on it. And he believed or he imagined when he was at the space and he used the helmet and the dust was also disturbed him. This he thought through this poem. That's about the short poem Retired. Once again, he was tired after his voyages, the shuttles from planet to planet, from star to star. In the late evening, he would sway in his rocking chair and watch the moon through the trees. I was there once, he thought. I stood on that globe. Now it is like a football shining in space. And he would hardly believe that in his helmet and his bulky spacesuit he had stayed that far distance. That's about the poem. Through this poem, Crichton Smith described about his memories of his job once he was there in the spacecraft. That's about this poem is over. You study it well. Thank you.